Every app, website, and game you've ever used was made possible by something we don't often think about: programming languages. These languages have allowed humans to communicate with computers for decades. But how did it all begin? Let's take a look at the fascinating story of computer programming languages from the early days to the languages we use today. Chapter 1: The Early Days. In the very beginning, computers weren't anything like what we use now. The first computers in the 1940s had to be programmed with machine code, which is a series of ones and zeros. This binary code is the only language computers truly understand, but it's hard for humans to work with directly. To make things easier, early programmers invented assembly language, which was a step up from machine code. It used short words like add or sub to represent instructions, making it slightly more understandable for humans. But even assembly language was still too complicated for many tasks. Chapter 2: The Birth of High-Level Languages. In the 1950s, a new idea came about. Why not create languages that are more similar to human languages? This led to the invention of high-level programming languages. These languages let people write instructions in a way that's much easier to understand, and then a program called a compiler translates them into machine code. One of the first high-level languages was FORTRAN, short for Formula Translation, created in 1957. It was designed for scientific and engineering tasks, making it easier to work with complex mathematical calculations. Shortly after, COBOL, Common Business-Oriented Language, came out in 1959. This language was designed for business applications like managing payrolls and inventory. It became widely used in the business world and is still in use today. Chapter 3: The Evolution Continues. In the 1960s and 70s, more languages emerged. BASIC, created in 1964, made programming more accessible to beginners, especially students. It was designed to be easy to learn and use, which helped popularize computer programming among non-experts. Then came C in the early 1970s. This language, created by Dennis Ritchie, was revolutionary because it gave programmers more control over the computer's hardware, while still being simpler than assembly language. C was powerful and flexible, making it a popular choice for building operating systems like Unix. Chapter 4: Object-Oriented Programming. As computers became more powerful, so did the need for better programming methods. This led to the development of Object-Oriented Programming, OOP. Instead of just writing procedures, OOP lets you create objects that combine data and functions in one package. Smalltalk, developed in the 1970s, was one of the first true object-oriented languages. It introduced the idea of classes and objects, which later influenced many other languages. But the most famous OOP language is probably Java, which was released in the 1990s. Java made it possible to write a program once and run it on any device thanks to the concept of the Java Virtual Machine, JVM. Java quickly became popular for web development mobile apps, and it's still widely used today. Chapter 5: The Web Revolution. The 1990s brought another big shift in programming: the Internet. With the rise of the World Wide Web, new languages were needed to handle the growing complexity of web pages. Languages like HTML and JavaScript were created to help build interactive websites. JavaScript in particular became a key player in making web pages dynamic and responsive. It allows users to interact with web pages in real time, which is something we now take for granted. At the same time, server-side languages like PHP and Python emerged, allowing developers to create more complex web applications. Python, known for its simplicity and readability, has become one of the most popular languages in the world, used in everything from web development to data science. Chapter 6: Modern Programming Languages. Fast forward to today, and we have hundreds of programming languages, each designed for specific purposes. For example, JavaScript is still the go-to language for web development. Python is widely used for machine learning, data analysis, and web development. Swift and Kotlin are popular for mobile app development on iOS and Android, respectively. Rust is gaining attention for systems programming because of its memory safety features. Each of these languages builds on the ideas of those that came before them, making it easier to write efficient, reliable, and powerful code. Chapter 7: The Importance of Programming Languages. Why do programming languages matter so much? It's simple. They're the tools that allow us to interact with computers. Without them, the devices we use every day, smartphones, laptops, smart TVs, wouldn't be nearly as useful. Programming languages translate our ideas into instructions that computers can follow, allowing us to build software that solves real-world problems. From games and websites to business applications and scientific research, programming languages are behind almost everything we do with technology. Chapter 8: The Future of Programming Languages. What's next for programming languages? As technology evolves, so will the languages we use. We're already seeing a push towards more user-friendly languages that make it easier for beginners to learn coding. There's also a growing interest in languages that improve performance and security, like Rust, which prevents many common programming mistakes. Artificial intelligence may even influence the future of programming as AI tools become more integrated into the development process. But one thing's for sure, programming languages will continue to be a critical part of how we shape the future of technology.